Sustainable fashion is under attack, and honestly, it breaks my heart. More and more sustainable fashion brands are closing their doors. And even though there are many that are still around, the list of closures keeps growing, which is really discouraging for people who care about sustainability, especially after so much progress. To understand why this matters, let's go back to 2018 when I first got into sustainable fashion. Back then, it was an exciting time. New brands seemed to pop up every week, and there was a real buzz in the air. Sustainability was becoming part of bigger fashion conversations, and even though fast fashion was everywhere, you could sense that people, even big brands, wanted to do better. As sustainable fashion creators, it felt that we were part of a movement and could change the industry forever. Things are sadly different now. Many brands that once seemed like the future of fashion have shut down. It became clear to me that the sustainable fashion industry was struggling when Mara Hoffman closed her business in May 2024 after 24 years. Even with record sales, major press coverage, including Beyoncé wearing one of her dresses, and a loyal community, the brand still closed. Mara explained the reason for closing her brand was the high cost of running a sustainable focused business in an industry that prioritizes profit over sustainability. Also, Remake, a group that advocated for sustainable fashion and labor rights, also closed this year. They led important campaigns like Pay Up, the Pay Up initiative that pushed companies to pay garment workers, canceled orders during the COVID-19 pandemic. They published an annual fashion accountability report along with many other impactful projects. Ayesha Barenblatt, the founder, said that she could not secure enough funding for their sustainability work. Vogue Business magazine also wrote about this problem in 2026. So what happened here? Does the world no longer care about sustainability? Let's do a deeper dive to understand what's really happening. One of my favorite sustainable fashion brands, Passion Lily, wrote an insightful piece about why sustainable fashion brands are struggling. Economic uncertainty. The pandemic, inflation, and higher living costs have made shoppers more careful with their money. So now people choose cheaper options, even if they're less sustainable. This change especially impacts sustainable fashion brands who can't compete with rock-bottom prices. Sustainable fashion costs more. These brands use eco-friendly materials, make sure workplaces are safe, and pay fair wages. And all of this raises production costs, so their clothes cost more. Even though people understand this, the price difference between sustainable fashion and fast fashion remains a significant challenge, especially when budgets are tight. Fast fashion dominates and it's hard to compete with. These brands have large marketing budgets and invest heavily in advertising, social media, and influencer partnerships. Smaller sustainable brands often struggle to reach people because they have fewer resources. And that is why fast fashion stays top of mind for most shoppers. Supply chain challenges are another issue. It takes a lot of planning and investment to find eco-friendly materials and ensure ethical production. Maintaining certifications such as Fair Trade, B Trade Corps, GOTS requires meeting strict standards every year. Sustainable brands often work with small, independent producers who follow ethical practices, which can lead to more delays and higher costs compared to fast fashion's more efficient supply chains. Investor pressure is also another factor. Some brands took on venture capital and found that their shareholders wanted faster growth than what was possible while staying true to sustainability. Many investors still expect sustainable startups to deliver the same return as regular businesses, but that doesn't always fit with ethical production. Even though we lost Mara Hoffman and others, we still have some sustainable fashion brands left that we can support. Christy Brown, known for its beautiful farm-to-closet pieces, is still here. Fashion Lily is still making gorgeous fair trade prints. Rujita Seth is still here making beautiful designs. Patagonia, the OG outdoor brand, is probably not going anywhere anytime soon. Eileen Fisher, a pioneer in circular fashion, is still here. If you live in the US, they have stores in many cities. Go check them out. Shop Noble is still here making their timeless signature styles like the famous utility dress. And there are more. The Good On You app is a great directory of sustainable brands that you can browse to find options that fit your values and budget. So what does this mean going forward? It's sad, but we can still remain sustainable because the main idea behind sustainable fashion has always been to buy less and to buy better. In my book, Sustainable Fashion for Dummies, I spent a whole chapter on making clothes last and building a sustainable wardrobe and shopping mindfully. The truth is, the most sustainable garment is the one that you already own and that is already in your closet. While many brands are closing, many are still here. We can support them by buying from them and telling others about their work. I'm hopeful that when things improve for ethical businesses, more sustainable brands will appear. In my next video, Is Fast Fashion the Only Thing Available? I will share how I'm navigating these changes and still shopping sustainably, even if it feels like there are fewer choices. Here's what I believe. Sustainable fashion isn't gone. It might be going through a rough patch, but it's not giving up, and neither should we. What sustainable brands do you love? What closures have affected you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you found this helpful, please like and subscribe. Your support means a lot to me.